This is the subatomic bass drive from DSM Noisemaker, and it's a tiny little pedal that packs one hell of a huge punch with some very dense, thick, and very just heavy, sort of velvety distortion tones inside of it. But when you lay it back quite a bit, you can get a very nice, thick, very warm Motown sound to it as well, where it's not completely overbearing. And there's so many different ways to really go ahead and use this pedal that there's so many tiny features inside of it, and it's awesome. So the subatomic is a crossover CMOS bass drive, and this basically means that you can separate your lows and your highs and then combine them or change them in different ways to get a completely different sound. And this has been a trend I've noticed in the past year or so among different bass drives, and it is an awesome one. There's so many different ways to use this, and it makes it a much more dynamic and very versatile drive too. You have 4 knobs and 2 3-way toggle switches. For your knobs, you have tone, drive gain, master, and blend. With tone, this lets you get an overall different tone that can let you fine tune exactly if you want it to be more bright or more laid back. Then with drive gain, this lets you choose how much of that high-end drive you want to give it. And this is where you can have the drive either be at a nice laid back warm crunch, or go ahead and turn it all the way to that thick, heavy distortion. Master is your overall output volume, and then for blend, this lets you balance your highs and your lows to really get that nice mix and settle it exactly where you want. And then for more tone sculpting, this is where the tone knob comes into play too. For your 3-way toggle switches, you have drive voicing at the top and then your sub low pass filter at the bottom. For your drive voicings, this lets you choose where you want to boost in your high end, whether it be mid boost, high boost, or just overall flat. Then for your sub LPF, you can have your low end sit at 100 Hz, no cut, or at 1 kilohertz too. So with all these different options, it leads to a bunch of different ways that you can choose the exact distortion sound you're going for. And I think personally, for me at least, with the heavy drive and that in combination with a Music Man style bass, man, it's so thick, and just of course with the Music Man style, you have that nice mid bump where it gives you sort of a really great Tim Comerford Rage Against the Machine style voicing. But let's not forget that being able to lay it back to a very smooth, warm crunch sound too sounds just as good. So overall with the subatomic, this is just an amazing drive pedal, especially for only $160. There's so many different ways to really sculpt your tones, and then of course you can choose between a lighter overdrive style or that thick, crushing, heavy distortion style too. And I just love all the different ways that you can use it. And then on top of that, of course, it comes in this tiny little package, so it doesn't leave a big footprint on your pedal board either. But as always, let me know what you guys thought about the subatomic and whether it's something that you'd be really interested in trying out yourself. Especially because it's only, again, 160 bucks. What's not to love about it? But thank y'all so much for watching. As always, if you like this video, want to see more demos and covers and things of all kinds of bass varieties, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to help support the channel like these beautiful people right over here, mwah, then go ahead and head over to my Patreon page, where you can get early access to videos, access to giveaways, and more. But thank y'all so much for watching as always, and I'll see y'all next time.